you know the elements of you would know the elements of a social media strategy, right? What should be in it, right? You know, what should be in it? Do you understand my point? And we started by teaching the module one, right? So that it can serve as the foundation. The things we taught in module one, from platform analysis to competitive analysis to KPI architecture to was that ICP creation, these are all elements of the strategy. I think I mentioned in the module one that it's very important that you understand the overall business goal, right? That you don't start creating a strategy or a plan without understanding what is the business goal. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Sorry. So that is step one, right? When it comes to creating any strategy, so that's where I'm going to start tonight, and then we're going to move to the practicality, the practical side of things. You understand my point? Then step two is audit your presence, right? That's exactly what we discussed in module one. That's on Saturday's class. How to audit a social media account, how to audit a brand on social media. What are the things you look for? What are the things you look at? Do you understand my point? Their platform feeds, the audience feeds, the engagement rate, all those things. How to do that audit. That's step two, right? Then in step three, you want to build your ICP, right? You want to build your ICP, and I think we did an extensive conversation on how to build your ICP, right? Focusing on interest. What are the interests of my ideal customer, right? What are their interests, their psychography, the demography, the firmography, if it's a B2B. Do you understand my point? So that is step three. You build your ICP, right? You analyze the competitive landscape. Who are my competitors? Do you understand, right? There's something else I would like to add here, right? Analyze the competitive landscape and map out your benchmark. So there's a difference between a competitor and a benchmark, right? It's very important that we don't mix it up. There's a difference between a competitor and a benchmark. A competitor is someone who, or not just someone, a brand that shares the same market, the same type of product, the same audience as you. Do you understand? That is your competitor. And last week we looked at how to differentiate. There are aspirational competitors, meaning competitors that you would like to be like. Do you understand? There are direct competitors and there are indirect competitors. Now, the aspirational competitors can also be your benchmark. Your benchmark in terms of this is the kind of company that we want to be like. So we're going to use them as a benchmark. Do you understand? That means that whatever we are doing, right, we're going to compare what we are doing with their model. Do you understand my point? That is where a benchmark is. So you want to, while you are analyzing your competitive landscape, you want to also map out your benchmark. That, okay, this brand is an aspirational competitor, but can they also be a benchmark? So take, for example, right, if we're going to talk about, okay, within the local space, right, which company can serve as benchmark for Brainiark? I already have those. In the international space, which company can serve as benchmark for Brainiark, right? We have that as well. Do you understand my point? So when you're doing your strategy, you want to analyze, your competitive landscape and also map out your benchmarks, right? This is what lesson 1.3 spoke about a lot. So you can go back to that slide. Then we now go into the strategy. If you notice, the foundation deals with a lot of analysis. So that analysis is what you now build the strategy on. You understand? So the first thing in your strategy is, don't forget, you already have your ICP. And in your ICP, you already have your interest. You already have the demography and the psychography. You now use that information from your ICP, right, to then choose the platform. Do you understand my point? To choose the platform. So once you have chosen the platform where you can find your audience, the platform that holds their interest, right, you now want to define your positioning and your brand voice. Do you understand? Now, your positioning and your brand voice is what shapes your entire content. In terms of brand voice, do you want to sound authoritative? Do you want to sound fun? Do you want to sound aspirational? Do you understand? What is your positioning? What is your KSP? That is your key selling point. You understand? We're a brand that does this. For example, for Brainiark, we say that Brainiark is an AI execution platform where you have AI agents. That is our brand positioning. We are positioning ourselves as an agentic marketing service, as an agentic marketing company. Do you understand my point? That is our brand positioning. Now, in terms of our brand voice, right, your brand voice can differ based on platform. Do you understand my point? For example, on LinkedIn, you want to sound a particular way, right? So that means I can have multiple elements in my brand voice and map it to those platforms. We're still going to go over this, using Brainiac as an example, practically. Then we move to the content pillars. Now, what are your content pillars? I think I mentioned this in the last time as well. Now, your content pillars are like topics. Do you understand? They're like anchors. That means that every content I produce falls under at least one of these pillars. Do you understand? Think of how a pillar holds, a house or a structure, keep it standing, right? If you remove the pillar, the structure begins to fall. So your content pillar gives your content structure. Your content pillar gives your content structure. For example, if you want to do educational content, that is a content pillar. Under your content pillar, you can now have a sub pillar to determine what topic will you be talking about. Do you understand my point? So you can have things like that, right? Map formats and cadence. Now, cadence simply means how frequently do you want to post and what kind of content. So you already have your content pillars. You now want to determine the production formats. We did an analysis last week, right? When I told Brainiac to analyze what we are doing compared to other brands. And Brainiac made us realize the fact that we are selling too much. We're not doing enough educative content. And we're not posting enough text posts on LinkedIn. So I use that information to tell Brainiac to create content for this week, right? And create text posts for LinkedIn. So if you go on Brainiac as a platform now, let me see if I can do that. If you go on Brainiac if you go on Brainiac, just a minute, let me move this. Okay, awesome. So if you go on our LinkedIn, for example, you will notice that this week we've done a lot of, we've done, I think, 2 contents already. Let me see where that is. This week you notice that we've done at least about 2 content. Okay, should we send this champion experience in your profile? Okay, so just a minute. Just want to use this to show you something very quickly. That's not it. Okay. Okay, awesome. So you will notice that on our LinkedIn this week we've done text-based content, right? Text-based content. Do you understand my point? Now we did that on the back of an information and analysis that showed us that we've not been doing enough, text-based content, educative content. Do you understand my point? So if you notice this, for example, and this as well, these are 2 posts from Monday and from I think today. I think from Monday and today, yes. From Tuesday and today. You understand my point? Now, this content was created because of the analysis that we did last week. Do you understand my point? So if you want to choose your content pillars, right? Map the platform and the cadence. Cadence is how frequently do you post? Do you understand? How frequently do you post on which platform? Now, don't forget that one of the things I mentioned in the last class was that you want to experiment a lot, right? You want to do a lot of experimentation. And what I usually recommend is during your experimentation phase, you can leave your experiment content for up to 24 hours. After 24 hours, you put it. So you can test out 3 to 4 different versions of the same content and look at which one has the most reach or which one has the most engagement, depending on what the metric you're looking at. Depending on what that is, right? Then you optimize and you remove, the content that does not follow your KPI. Do you understand? The content that does not give you the kind of metrics or the kind of engagement or reach you are looking for, you remove that and focus on what works. Do you understand, my friend? So map out your cadence and your formats. Do you understand? So the next thing is to build the goal, right? Build the goal and the KPI. Do you understand what I'm saying? Build the goal and the KPI. So after that, once you are done, then you move to execution, right? Execution is where you now use that strategy to build a 30-day content calendar. Do you understand? That is what your execution is about, right? And after your execution, while you are building your calendar, or after you build your calendar, you now look at, okay, these are my measurement cadence, meaning how frequently we looked at leading indicators and lagging indicators. How frequently will I be looking at my reach? The KPIs that I have set out. Will I be looking at it every 3 days or every week? You understand? Will I be doing an analysis? Do I need to set up an automation to give me this report every social number of days? Do you understand my point? So that is what that is. Then once you are done with that, the step 12 is you plan the review and iterate. You review what has been done, right? Like I said, a strategy is never finished, right? You have to keep on reviewing and optimizing, meaning you remove what does not work, you add what works, right? That is what the review is about. Remove what does not work and then, add what works. So I added an example here. So I'm not going to go through this example. We're just going to go straight into Brainiark, right? And then look at these things practically. Now, like I said, the reason why I'm going over this, starting here today, right? Because the next thing we're supposed to be looking at, according to our curriculum, is content creation, right? The reason why I'm going over this today is so that when you are building a strategy, or when you have any AI, Brainiac, for example, build you a strategy, you know exactly what you are looking at. Do you understand my point? You know exactly what you're looking at. That is the reason for this. So let me go to my Brainiac workspace. Let me go to my Brainiac workspace. Let me go to my Brainiac workspace and let's look at what we have. Okay, awesome. Okay, so before we start going over everything here, do we have any questions so far? Before we start going over this practically, do you have any questions so far? If you have no questions, type 222. If you have a question, type 111. You have no questions, type 222. You have a question, type 111. So I will then ask you to unmute yourself and then ask your question. Okay, Miriam has a question. Any other person? No question, please type 222. You have a question, type 111. Okay, Miriam, please unmute yourself and ask a question before we proceed.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So regarding the our last class, I was
Mm-hmm,
able to add the social media link
mm-hmm,
to the on the Brainiac, but
mm-hmm,
because I log in the Instagram on my Google account, so
mm-hmm,
and the Facebook the Facebook they had me to the Facebook page, so I couldn't
mm-hmm.
log in the Facebook page. I don't know why. And when I wanted to do the audit, it just audit only the Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, awesome. I would address that. So the issue with Facebook is you are added to the Facebook page, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what you need is permission. So whoever added you, they need to give you full control. Do you understand? Now, like I said before, this particular request now is not particular to Brainiac. That means any other social listening tool that you want to use. If you don't have full control of that particular page, you can't add it to any tool. Do you
No, I
understand?
don't
So,
think that is the problem. Sorry, sir. The
okay.
problem is when I click on the Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
it directs to my own Facebook instead of going to that Facebook account, the page.
Oh, you need to log out of your Facebook account first then.
I don't remember my password.
Okay, I get the point now. Because you have already logged into your Facebook, right? That's why it's
Yeah.
directing you to, yeah. So you need to log out of your Facebook account so that the next time it will redirect you to, you can reset your password now. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you can
think
do a
I will.
reset password. Yeah,
So
you
that I
can do a
can
reset
do the
password.
proper audit because it just audits only
The
the Instagram,
Instagram.
and I just submitted
Awesome.
it like that because I want to finish
Oh,
the
okay.
assignment.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you use Brainiac to do your audits.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Shortcuts.
Is that not what to
Nice
tell
one.
us? You told us to use brain.
Nice one, nice one, nice one. No way, nice one, nice one. All right, let's carry on. Okay, so I already have my brand brain built here, right? And I review this every week whenever we come up with any new thing or any improvement, right? If you put it on our website, I just create a document and give it to Brainiac um to add it to the brand brain or update the brand name. Look at what is different. So in here in our brand bio, right, or brand brain, we have what Brainiac is, the audience, who do we sell to? Okay, I don't think I selected this. So let me do B2B and actually everything because we sell to partners as well. So this was the tone and voice that I was talking about. Right here we have direct, confident, execution focus. Brainiac speaks like a platform that does the work, not one that just enables it. Approved messaging patterns, marketing done with AI agents, primary positioning line. So you can see our primary positioning line here. These are our brand positioning. You understand? 5 apps, 9 agents, blah blah blah, with you in control. Now these are key things that we always want to have, spoken about. Mr. Olumide, I'm going to come back to your question. So please, just you can type it in the comment section. Just let me run through this so I don't lose my train of thought. Do you understand? So this is our tone of voice. Now, what are the offers? These are our offers. Market intelligence. This is where we have our competitors. And right here, we did input this information. Do you understand? Brainiac added this when we gave it the website, when we were setting up the workspace, just like many of us, should have done for us as well. And if you are still having issue with this, please let me know because we have fixed this particular brand brain issue. Do you understand? So, HubSpot. Now, notice these are international competitors, right? These are international competitors because he put it there, international. What is their key thing? Marketing automation, right? This is their HubSpot. Okay, it has not given their social, so I will tell it to do that. Jasper.ai, also international. Copy.ai, international. Narrator, international as well. Simplified, international. Notion, also international. Termi, local. Can you see that? Now we are coming to the African space. Clickertel, local. Um, Brainiac social media pages. Okay. Benchmarks. So these are benchmarks. That meaning companies that we look at, right, based on, okay, we like how these guys do, their content. We like how they do their graphics, their tone of voice, their copy, their caption. We like it. So notice that Brainiac has those things here as well, right? Linear, Notion, Superhuman, Flutterwave, Paystack, and Andela. So these are benchmark organizations that we always want Brainiac to compare our content with, their content so that we can always make it better. So that is what we have here. Now, if you look at under content pillars, these are our content pillars, right? These are our content pillars. Agent first execution. That's number one. That means we want to always create content that talks about this as a topic. One brand brain, very important, based on our own communication, right? Unified platform, very important. Control and guardrails, very important. Because if you're talking about AI agents, we need to talk about control. That, the agent will not just be doing whatever it likes, so it will always ask you for permission, for approval. Do you understand my point? That is what control and guardrails means. Accessible power, meaning full platform access. This in terms of pricing. That means all users have access to all the platform. That means by the time you need to pay a subscription, you won't be paying for platform. You have access to all the platform. You'll be paying for credits, AI credits, or tokens. Do you understand my point? So these are our content pillars. So most of the content we've been doing come based on these particular pillars. What market are we in? So this is just a summary of what we saw before. Right? These are our market, the benchmarks and all of that. Competitors and their social media pages. I'm going to leave this. I already copied this. Our brand kits, right? Our logo, our brand colors. That means if Brainiac is designing a content for us, it's going to use these colors. Do you understand? Typography, the font, you know, the tone keywords, the keywords that we want to always have, on our content, right? Efficient, strategic, right? Forbidding styles. That means the things we don't ever want to see. Generic stock photography without brand context, passive or unclear call to action, overly busy layout, things like that. Now, I will also give Brainiark some pictures that, okay, whenever you are designing content for us, look at these pictures as, examples, right? Because I like these pictures. So I gave it these pictures. And if we have some custom fonts, right, we can also give it the custom fonts as well. So all this is stored in your brand brain. So what else do we have? Your channels. These are your social media channels, your channels of publication, right? And then the rules. Do you understand my point? Your visual rules, right? Now, the point is this. Whenever Brainiac is doing anything, it first and foremost reads these things to give you an output. That's why sometimes, right, it will take some seconds longer depending on the task because it will search through the brand brain if there are rules guiding what you are asking it so that it can follow that pattern. If you notice here too, we have the content style, but here I just put decide for me because I don't want to be choosing different content style. So I just put decide for me. So Brainiac can choose either outtakes, behind the scene, customer story, and also writing styles. Is it storytelling? Is it a documentary? Is it a narrative journalism and blah blah blah? Now this is my brand brain. Do you understand my point? Right? Now, if I now want to go into my content strategy, Now, I'm just telling you this because you should have this on your side as well. If you don't have it, just go to your just start a new chat and tell Brainiac, okay, I want to create my brand brain. Do you understand? And it will walk you through whatever process it is. Do you understand? So, um, where was I? So if you come over here, right? Okay, let's start with marketing strategy before we go to content strategy. Okay, so content strategy, social media strategy, they can be used interchangeably. So we're talking about almost the same thing. Content strategy and social media strategy. So let's go to marketing strategy. Now we have already created the marketing strategy here. We call it the Brainiac Nigeria go-to-market. And let me share it with you. So if you look over here, now Brainiac did all this, right? So if you're watching this video, right, you don't need to do all of this yourself. If you go to your Brainiac chart and you tell it, I want to create a marketing strategy for my brand, what Brainiac will do is to read your brand by, it might ask you some questions, like your business goal, right? It might ask you some questions so it can get clarity before you then start building the market strategy for you. Do you understand my point? So take, for example, we said we want to grow to 1,000 users by testing B2B and B2C approaches in parallel with Nigeria and Africa as a primary market, 90 days, to segment decision, 6 months to 1,000 users, secondary objectives, blah, 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 blah. What about the market analysis? It has given me a market analysis, a total addressable market, our SAM and targets, right? What the current market in Nigeria looks like is a $120 million market right now in Nigeria, right? And the growth rates right now it's around 18 to 22%. That means 18 to 22% of Nigerian businesses currently use marketing technologies, and it's supposed to grow from 20 to 25 by 2027. Now we already have what the projection should be. Now it will do a SWOT analysis. Look at our strength, our weaknesses, the opportunities we have, and the threats. It will do a personal analysis, political, economic, social, technological, environment, and legal. Do you understand? It's going to do those analysis for you as well. Do you understand? And then competitor benchmark. It already has this in the brand brain, but you add it to your strategy. And then ideal customer profile. Now, if you notice here, we only have one customer profile here, right? So notice it also put this as 50% of revenue is going to come from this market. So I can easily come here and say, hold on, let's do something so that it won't be too practical. I'll be too theoretical. Let me open one of our old chats. Okay, let me open a new chat. Okay, so I'm going to tell it that, okay, right now, we have just one ICT in our strategy, focusing on freelancers. Can we build, or rather, can you build me another ICT focusing on B2B? So I want you to build me an ICT focusing on B2B markets. Do you understand? So that's it. And in case you've noticed that Brainiac got a little bit faster. That's this last week, right? It's because we did a couple of upgrades. We're always improving based on your feedback as well. So yeah. So while it is thinking about my request, okay, so it has already started. It has already started working on it. So I have to wait. I don't want to end this particular conversation. So I have to wait a little. So let me use that to take Mr. Olamide's question while it works on this for me. So you say it's pulling up my current marketing strategy, blah, blah, blah. So Mr. Olamide, your question, sir. You had your hand raised before. Why did you use this for me?
All right. Well done. Well done, Chief.
Yes, sir.
So while I was trying to create the while I created the marketing strategy for the brand,
Mm-hmm,
I uploaded the information.
mm-hmm,
So I noticed when Brainiark was given all the information required, it
mm-hmm,
was using Brainiark. For example, it was supposed to be the brand name I was working with, which is Unit. Unit is the ideal solution to so. But whereas it
mm-hmm.
was using Brainiac is the ideal solution to so. So I don't
Okay,
know
so
if that was a
you
bug
need to,
from me
yeah.
or
So you need to go and check out what is in your brand brain. What is stored in your brand brain. This is the first time I'm getting
oh,
this particular kind of feedback. Now, the reason why I said so is this. It's possible that when you are creating your brand brain, you gave it an impression, right, that it's created for Brainiac. So check what is in your brand brain. Is it Brainiac that is in your brand brain or iNet? Because when we're doing an audit, we said that someone created a workspace and named the workspace Brainiac as well. Do you get? So hope that's not you. Maybe the workspace you created, you named it Brainiac. But check your brand brain. Do
all
you
right,
understand, sir?
all right. Okay,
No, you
yeah,
can even do
it's
that now.
actually Brainiac. Yeah.
You see it now. Because it's thinking about Brainiac as a brand. That means maybe when you are doing your onboarding, right? Maybe during your conversation, you probably gave it impression that it was creating for a company called Brainiac. Do you get? So what you want to tell it to do is that you want to tell it to overhaul your brand brain. That means you should delete everything and recreate your brand brain. Now, while you are doing that, give it a new evidence. Do you understand? For example, you can give it a document or the website of the company you are talking about, or better still, just create a new workspace. Do you understand? For the new brand that you want to create for. Do you understand my point, sir? Mr. Olamide, did you get that? Hello? Okay. I hope I've not lost you. Okay, so if you notice here, it has given me the ICP. So I told you to build me a B2B ICP. So it has given me the ICP. Awesome. Oh, it has also updated my brand brain as well. Awesome. It has also updated my brand brain as well. So this is the ICP, Nigerian Digital Agencies and Growth Stage B2B Companies. Okay, so I can tell it I don't want to focus on digital. I don't want to focus on digital agencies. The market size is too small. So that's it. So I'm telling you that, okay, I don't want to focus on digital marketing agencies, right? Because we don't have, okay, so I prefer growth stage startups. Awesome. So it's going to rebuild the ICP because I don't like the ICP you just gave me, right? So I'm telling it I don't want to focus on that, right? So it's going to rebuild it to what I want. Now, I can tell it I don't want that because I already have information, right? That in Nigeria right now, there are only about 1,200 registered agencies. There are lots of unregistered, agencies, but not many of them are making a lot of money. Do you understand my point? So I don't want to focus on just agencies. So I'm telling you, I don't want to focus on agencies. You should build me another ICP, not focusing on agencies. Do you understand my point? If you get my point, please type 111. This is supposed to be a very practical class. If you get my point, please type 111. You get this interaction that just happened between me and Brainiark. Type 111. 111. Okay, awesome. So while it builds me another ICP, right, let's go do something else. So when it comes to so I'm going to come back to the brand brain or to the marketing strategy, right? So let's go to our social app, the social app. Know that this is your agent app. This place is called the agent application, while this other side is called your. Let me remove this thing. Okay, this is your social application. That means most of your social media activities happens here. Do you understand? So this is where you see your content strategy or your social media strategy right here. Do you understand? If you notice, I have this. I told you to create this when I created this new marketing strategy. So it created this content strategy for me, right? When I created the new marketing strategy. So it's used the marketing strategy to now create a content strategy. So let's look at what is there. So for example, this is our research brief. So we're going to leave that where it is. So the identity, that's the name. Objective is growth. 1,000 users, 60% B2B, 40% B2C. These are our KPIs. 5% increase in website traffic for Nigeria, 3% conversion rate. So these are our KPIs. 14 to 17 posts per week. So now this is what our production approach is to content. But right now, Brainiark has already informed me today that we are falling short of these 14 to 17%. Do you understand? What platforms is it recommending? Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. But right now, we are only using LinkedIn and Instagram. Excuse me. Instagram, 5 posts per week. LinkedIn, 4 posts per week. What are the content pillars? Agents first execution, one brand brain, controls and guardrails. Notice that it picked this from where? Your brand brain. You understand my point? This was picked from the brand brain. Do you understand? So that it doesn't, so it is not going to diverge, right? It's not going to do different things and then have confusing information everywhere. Do you understand my point? So it picked this from the brand brain. Now, what are the formats? It's suggesting that we do a lot of carousels, right? We do a lot of carousels, right? What is the cadence? 17 total content per week, 2 +1 distribution. Now, this is optional. 2, 4, and then 6. That means we do more on Twitter, but right now we're not yet doing Twitter, so we don't leave that. Messaging rules, direct, this is the tone, direct, confident, and execution focused. Call to action style, action-oriented and proof-driven. Campaign hashtags, these are all these campaign hashtags, we use them. Required rules, right? Prohibited rules. Examples, so these are examples, right? And then review. So once that is done, so now look at this: audience pain points, competitor approach, industry trends, strategy implications, watch out. These are the things to watch out, right? Sources, readiness. Do you understand? So this is your content strategy, or what we call your social media strategy. Now notice that there are elements of your marketing strategy here, but there are some things that are not here that are present in your marketing strategy. But the most important thing, which is your objective, the platform, the content pillars, the formats, the cadence, that's how frequent you want to post, the messaging, the examples, they are all here. So that means when it is using this strategy to create content, do you understand my point? You expect to see this. Notice that we have our ICPs here. We have them here. So I can just click on edit ICP, then it brings me back here. You see that? Now look at the second ICP it has created for me. So it has finished creating it. Do you understand my point? So it's still the one I said I don't want to still there. So it's going to be placed there. So I'm not going to focus on that for now. But does this make sense? Does this make sense? We see that we have our 2 ICPs here now, right? Our 2 ICPs are here now, right? So we can proceed. So now it brought that from the content strategy. So it's using the information from our marketing strategy also where in our content strategy. so that it knows that what it's building is for this audience. This strategy is for this audience. So this content is to focus on this audience. Do you understand? Now, all of this information, right, are the things that top level social media marketers keep in their head for content creation. Who are we building for? But now, with the use of AI, right, you don't need to keep all of this information in your head. You have a platform that pieces all the information together, and all you have to do continuously is review. Do you understand my point? So let's come back here. Okay, that's created that again. Okay, it has created that. Okay, remove Nigerian digital agencies. It's added B2B ICP growth stage. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so this is the budget authority. Okay, this makes sense. Awesome. Okay, so that is that. So let's go back to our marketing strategy. Let's go back to our marketing strategy. I hope I'm not being too fast. If you are still following me, please type 111. If you are still following me, please type 111. Hope I'm not being too fast. You're still following me, type 111. You are lost, type 222. You are lost already, type 222. I'm not seeing 111, I'm not seeing 222. I need to know where we are. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I can hear
Patrick
you.
said almost 222. Okay, Mr. Olomide can hear me. Okay, Mr. Patrick, where did I lose you? Sorry. Where were you lost?
No,
Okay, we're still following.
that's why I said almost 222. It's not like I'm
Okay, it's not
lost.
like you're lost. Okay,
I know
okay.
where I know where you have come back to, right? But I was
Okay.
following up when you're entering the marketing strategy, then you just suddenly just pivoted to this side. You get, I
Okay.
missed the last class, so I'm just still trying
Oh, okay.
to
I understand.
things together.
I understand. So what we are doing right now is practically looking at how to use Brainiac to do everything we spoke about in Module 1. Do you understand, sir? Everything we spoke about in Module 1. And where does Brainiac store all this information? That's what I'm showing us now. Where does Brainiac store all this information? My content strategy, my marketing strategy, where does Brainiac store it? My ICP, where can I find it? So your ICP always lives inside your marketing strategy. Do you understand? Although Brainiac is going to use it while creating your social or content strategy. Do you understand? So I said there are two applications we are looking at right now, the agent platform and the social media platform. That's the social media management platform. Do you understand? I hardly come here. To be honest, if not for this class, I don't come here at all. Do you understand my point? I do everything I want to do from the agent because it's more interactive. So let's continue. So brand positioning, these are brand positioning for marketing teams, agencies, blah, blah, blah. Unique value proposition. Brainiac unifies your entire marketing platform with autonomous agents that do the work, blah, blah, blah. Key messaging, differentiators, right? These are the things that, makes us different. Brand perception. Now, these are current sentiment score. Now, this our sentiment score is based on captions, that's number one, and also the feedback we've gotten in terms of comments, right? And audience analysis. Current perception is that Brainiac is emerging as an innovative AI platform. Also SEO. You understand? Brainiac is emerging as an innovative platform, blah, blah, blah. Dispersed perception, Brainiac is recognized as the go-to. Desired perception, this is what we want. Now, perception gap. Right now, we have low market awareness and limited proof of execution among target margins. So these are the things that we are currently trying to work on. Differentiation from AI advisory and copy is not clearly understood. Skepticism about AI replacing, creativity. Integration complexity and workflow. Proof of measurable outcome of workflow. Trust barriers about data privacy, payment, and blah, blah, blah. These are the recommendations. Do you understand? So we can always come here and look at, okay, what do people think about us right now? Now, every week, you can tell Brainiac to do an SEO research about the brand, to update your perception, to update, the brand perception, meaning what is happening online based on all our feeds, right? So if you tell Brainiac to do that, what it's going to do is that it's going to come, sorry, excuse me, I want to move this. It's going to come to your feed every week. It's going to come to your feed every week and read what is going on there. The comments, the captions, the number of likes, the engagement. It's going to go to Google and look at, okay, you search for Brainiac, what comes out? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's going to do all that and give you a report every week. I'm going to teach you how to do that as well. So, so that is that. Then customer journey. This is our funnel: awareness, interest, consideration, conversion, and it has already, built out everything. Awareness. This is the customer's mindset. It's frustrated with the current staff. I'm using too many tools. What can I do? Do you understand? Content types. These are the kind of content types that this person is interested in. Interests, consideration, conversion. Do you understand? So we already have a funnel here. How we want people to move from one place to another. Do you understand? Now, I'll be very honest with you. Even we that built Brainiac, we are not yet using Brainiac to 20% of its capacity. Why? Because we're also testing a lot of things, trying to also iterate, make it better and stuff like that, right? So we're not yet using, 100%. But you see, this customer journey is going to be necessary when we launch the landing page software, like the landing page features for Brainiac, where Brainiac can help you build offers into landing page. It can then use this information for those landing pages. Do you understand? Our offer strategy, what is our core offer, right? What's our core offer? Channel strategy, right? The platforms, the channels. Notice we have Twitter here again, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, WhatsApp, which is where we have our community, right? Secondary channels and all of that. Campaign strategy, right? Brand Brain is live, blah, blah, blah. Agents, showdown, blah, blah, blah. These are campaign strategy, right? Creator takeover, no, we're not doing many of these things yet, right? Because some of them requires money, so we just left it for later, right? Then growth strategy, right? What's our growth strategy? How do we want to acquire? Our goal is to acquire this, our current milestones. What are the milestones, right? Growth channels and all of that. KPI framework. So these are KPI framework, right? The number of KPIs that we have: business KPIs, marketing KPIs, channel KPIs, campaign KPIs, and growth KPIs. You understand? Now, I did not sit down to create all of this one by one. When Brainiac gave this to us, I just needed to, change this here, reduce this, and all of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then content recommendations. These are content recommendations that, based on this strategy, this is where to start from. Do you understand? So you want to use this to build out and you can export it. You can export the strategy either as PDF or as a Word document. So you can export the strategy document. So this is what it looks like when you export, right? You can export it. Although it's going to try and summarize it, right? Instead of giving you, because it's a lot of text, so it's going to give you a summarized version. So you can choose to export it. Although this one is 27 pages. So I don't know how summarized that is, but you can export the strategy either as a Word document or as PDF. So imagine you now using this to create market strategy for all the brands you're working at this, right? And then you're able to create content or social media strategy. So you can now use that information once those two things are created. Now, if there are other things you want Brainiac to keep in mind, you can always add them here under workspace knowledge. Workflow. So let's say, for example, before Brainiac posts anything, maybe you already have an SOP in your company. That, I'm the social media manager. Before I post anything, the head of marketing needs to review. You want to add such workflows here. That, so you just want to describe it. That this is a policy in our company. Brainiac should always follow this policy. That before any content goes up, social person needs to know. So what Brainiac would do is, before he publishes any content, or before he even schedules that content, based on your policy, he's going to remind you. Or even if that feature is activated for you, it's going to send you a mail or send that person a mail. If your email is connected, it will send that person a mail. But for now, you can't connect your emails, right? Because we blocked that for now. It will help you send that person an email. So I won't dwell on that because you can't use it yet. Do you understand? But that is what this is for. It will remind you of the policy, right? So that you can, follow your company policy. So it does that. And you can save whatever you want as notes. These are all my own notes in the middle of conversation, right? These are all my own notes, research notes. And Brainiac also saves its own notes based on research that it is doing for you. Do you understand my point? So, yeah, so that is that. Now, if you want to connect your social media, all your images that you are generating, you will find them in your media library. All your images. You can create a folder. Maybe you want to upload pictures as well that you want Brainiac to use for content. You can create a folder and put them here. So all these designs you're seeing here was created by Brainiac. All of these designs. And notice that there's always a touch of blue, right? There's always a touch of blue in all the contents. There's always a touch of blue in all the contents. That's because it's following our brand guide, our brand kits. There's always a touch of blue in all the contents. So Brainiac created all of this, all of these contents, right? So all of these images is created on all of it. So that's that. Routines. So for routines, right? Routines are where you create things that you want Brainiac to do, without you reminding it every week. So take, for example, let me create a routine for you so you see. So you want Brainiac to conduct a research for you every Monday or analyze your feed every Monday. So you can just say, create a routine. You always use the word routine. Routine for me to analyze, or rather, no, it's not for me, it's for you. I want you to create a routine where you analyze our feed against our competitors and benchmark and give me the report every Monday by 8 a.m. So what Brainiac is going to do is that it's going to save this as a routine for itself, whereby every Monday it analyzes your feed from last week against your competitor's post. So that's what your virtual era, the virtual assistant agent, that's what it will do. So every Monday, it will prepare this report for you. And you can always find it in your routines. So you can just go to your routine and see the file. I think we're going to let it to be able to create a documents folder. Okay, all right, I'm going to take this down. Do you understand? So you can just tell it to create a routine, and you can create a routine for anything. You can create a routine for anything. Do you understand? You can create a routine for anything. From content creation, you can tell it, I want you to create a routine to give me 10 content ideas every Monday based on competitor activity from last week. I want you to create a routine to grow my social media page by 2,500 followers every Monday. Or I want all our last 5 posts. Do you understand my point? Now, that will cost you money because if you tell you to fund your wallet. Do you understand my point? But you can create a routine for anything as long as you can see it here. Sorry. Why does this keep coming up? As long as you can see it here, right? You can tell it, analyze my feed, give me analytics, analyze my content calendar to see if I have content for every day in the week. And I just want you to do this every Monday or every Friday. Give me a report of performance engagement rate every Friday by 4 p.m. So you can create a routine around things that you would usually want to do weekly or monthly or daily, depending on how you want to do it. So I would like you to actually create, so you can see my routine here already. So the next one is in 3 days' time. So that means that it's going to do this in 3 days' time. Right now, it has not done anything about it yet. So that means that every Monday, I would always have a report waiting for me here. Simple as ABC. So what are the steps? Step 1, Brainiac feed analysis. It has already given itself the steps. So based on this, the orchestrator, that's Brainiac's manager, would delegate to all the other agents that, okay, every Monday, this agent, you do this agent, you do this agent, you do this. And you give me the report so I can get it ready for this person. You understand my point? So that is it. So that's so you don't need all these steps, but you can read it just to be sure that it is doing exactly what you want. So I'm going to read this later. So that is what my routine is. So under connectors, that is where you can connect your socials, right? You can connect your socials under connectors. You can also connect your socials here as well. If you come here, you can connect your socials here as well. Right now, there are 12 platforms that you can connect. So you can connect your socials here as well. Do you understand? Then your feed, I think I've spoken about this before. That your feed is where you see your content, right? It's also where you can monitor what your competitors are doing, right? Like I said, I don't come here, but just because of this class. So it's also where you see this. Do you understand? So you can also see what your competitors are posting as well. Okay, well, that is loading. Okay, I'm just going to come back here. Now, under the feed, okay, let me mention this. Under the feed, right, you can save something that your competitor did. You can save it as an idea. So take, for example, I like what Monday.com did here. I like this video, right? Seeing that, okay, it has 448 views. I would like to save this as an idea. I can just click on this, save as idea. That's it. So I've saved that as an idea. It will be here. That means later I can choose to come here when I need content ideas and I don't have any. I can choose to come back to ideas here and look at the ideas I've saved. Or I can tell Brainiark, take a look at the ideas I've saved and see which one we can use for content. So Brainiark goes through my ideas and saves and uses it to create content. Do you understand my point? So that is what this idea section is for. Then the content studio is where you have all your content. If you notice here, we have 76 content ideas here. We have 4 archived, right? Updated July 16, that's today. So this is where we have all our content. Now, the way Brainiark works when it comes to content creation, I'm going to expand on this on Saturday, is that it creates drafts first. It will create the content as a draft, right? If the content does not have a creative, right, until you now approve it before it will post. It won't post just a draft content. Do you understand my point? It won't post just a draft content. Notice that all this content are still draft. So I can easily come here and say, show me the content draft with creatives so we can plan for next week. So it will pull out content drafts that have creative images there, right? This is now, I'm just saying this. So right now I have 46 drafts across Instagram. So based on this now, it will give me summary. These are the carousels and all of that. So I can tell it to generate creatives for the 14 that does not have. Okay, just let me tell you to do that. Generate creatives for the 14 that does not have images. Okay, so it's going to just design those images. So I'm going to do that later. So while it's doing that. So this is where you get to see all your content. So while it's busy designing, I just go and do something else. Okay. Sorry, WhatsApp. Just blocker. Okay, it's going to flag this separately. So I'm not going to wait for this. So you can see all of this. So if you notice that this has creative, this has caption, and this they're all in draft. And I can choose to just preview them, or I can open it like this, just to view the full thing. Do you get? I can open it like this just to view the full thing, read the caption. I spent an hour, blah 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 blah. Okay, I like this one. If I don't like it, I can just click on this generate new image, or generate image here, or I can choose any of these images. Now, like I said, I don't come here at all. I don't, because I find it too stressful. I just let the agents do everything. But you want to do things manually yourself, right? You can always come here and use the agent to generate new images for yourself. You can choose any of these. These are all AI models that we have. You know, the top AI models, GPT, Image 2, DAL-E, Google does this, Google's latest image generator, Flux, right? You can choose to use whichever one you want. That's up to you, really. And you can also choose to change the call to action or tell Brainiark to generate a call to action for you by just clicking this. And it's going to generate something. The content item not found. Okay, sorry. Do you understand? But normally when you click that, right, it just generates the call to action for you. Do you understand? Same thing for caption, right? This same thing for caption. Um, yeah. So you can just play with it and just walk around, right? So if I want to change it from Instagram, I can change it to LinkedIn here. I can change it to X here. I can change it to TikTok here. I can change if I want to change it from here to a story, right? So that when the AI is doing its thing, it knows that it should post it as a story, not as a normal image. Do you understand? It should post it as a story. Or I can tell it to post it as both story and normal image as well. And once it's done, notice that this cannot be sent to calendar yet because I have not approved the visual. I've not approved anything. So we did this intentional. These are part of the guardrails we spoke about, right? That if you don't approve the content, Brainiac cannot post it. So there would never be a time where Brainiac posts a content that you did not approve. Even if it creates the image, attached everything and all of that, I think we should have finished by now. Attached everything and all of that, right? It will not post it without your approval. It won't post it without your approval. Do you understand? So let me check if it's done in my media library. Okay, I think it's still working because I don't see anything new here. So it will alert me once it is done. Okay. Oh, it needed my permission. Oh, I put it on auto. Sorry about that. I put it on auto. Yeesh. I usually like to use bypass, so it doesn't need to ask me for permission every time. So I completely forgot. So do you understand my point? So Brainiac will never post anything without your express permission. That means it's generating everything now. So if the content that you are creating, right, or the content you create, if it's not approved, right, it won't post it, right? That's why you have your calendar right here. You have your calendar right here. Your calendar is where you can see the content that has been scheduled. You can see here, for example, this one now is a LinkedIn content. This was one I was posted today. Then I was posted 2 days ago. This one is supposed to be posted on Saturday. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can see content that is also ready for posting. I don't have so much here. Do you understand my point? So if you don't approve any content, it won't even put it here. Not to talk of putting it on your calendar. So that means any content you see that is posted, that means somewhere in your conversation you have approved it. That is why I would advise that you use the bypass, right? I would advise that you use the bypass at all. I would prefer that you stay with auto, except it has gotten to a point whereby, okay, you trust whatever it is doing to the point whereby you don't need it to ask you for, you don't need it to ask you for permission again. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't need to ask. It has already generated 5 creatives already out of what I need. It has already generated. Okay, it's doing for 8 right now. Okay, so I'll just wait for that. But do you understand my point? Do we have any questions? Do you have any questions? And I would like us to practice a couple of things on your side. I would like someone to share their own screen to show me what they have. I think I've been the one speaking since morning. Do you have any questions? If you have a question, you can unmute yourself. I think I've finished running through this. We said today was going to be a practical class, so that's the idea. If you have any questions, if you have a question, just type 111. If you have a question, just type 111. Okay, Mr. Kolade, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Yeah, hello, sir. I sent a question to the WhatsApp group. So whenever I click on
Okay.
any of the buttons, either the connector, intelligence, or whatever, it will always take me back to the home page without executing any task.
Home page or chat page?
Yes, the chat page, yes.
That's because your brand brain is not set, or you did not complete your onboarding.
Okay, sir. I've tried to complete it. I don't know why. I put the website link, uploaded the logo. I don't know what else I need to do.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to upload anything.
Okay.
Are you on your system right now? Let's do that practically.
Okay, so although I'm using my phone right now. I'm on the phone.
Okay, so sharing your screen might be a little bit
Okay, sir.
difficult. Yeah. So I will need you to be able to share, or you can send me a screenshot. Okay, I think you sent a
Okay.
screenshot.
Let
Okay,
me.
I've seen the screenshot. So yeah,
Okay,
so
so
this
yes.
is the issue. I can see that you have a lot of conversation, but Brainiac is not allowing you to view any of them without your brand brain. So the problem is
Okay.
because your brand brain is not set. You've not completed your onboarding, right? We built it like that. That the first thing is please set your brand brain. Do you understand my point?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Also, close this tab. Close this tab because I can see that you have multiple chats. That means we've tried it multiple times. I mean,
Yes.
close the browser and refresh.
Okay, sir.
Close the browser and then refresh it. If you are still try to build your brand brain. If you're having the same issue, then let me know.
Okay, sir. So
Yeah.
how? Please, can you remind? Because I remember trying to build a brand brain. Can you remind me how to do that all over again? Because I think I've done that before.
Okay.
I've done the
So
onboarding.
in your conversation, or
Yes,
you
sir.
give it either the website or a document it can learn from.
Yeah, I've given it the website. In fact, if you check
Mhm.
the conversation section here, you can see
Mhm.
website review 5 days ago.
Mhm.
Yes, I've given it the website already. So I've even tried to attach some more. I'm trying to share my screen. I don't know if I can do that from the phone here.
Okay, this is what you do for me.
Okay,
Send
sir.
me your email. I'm gonna take a
Okay,
look
sir.
at it. Yeah, just send me your
Okay, sir.
email.
Okay.
If the issue is specific to your account, I'll just take a look at it for you.
Okay, sir.
I'll take a look at it tonight.
Yes, I will send it right away. Should
Yeah,
I
please
send it
send it.
then to your DM, or I can drop it on the group?
Send it to my DM. Okay, I like this
Okay.
image. So Brainiac just generated this image for me.
Okay, sir.
If you
Thank you, sir.
notice, yeah, so sorry. I got distracted by what it was doing. Sorry. I'm so
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Yes, sir.
Generated three. Brand consistency is not luxury. So notice that by itself, it blocked this image. Can we all see my screen? Can we all see my screen? If you can see my screen, please type 111.
Yes, sir.
Just to be sure. Okay. Notice that by itself, it blocked this image and blocked this image. Just a minute. Where's my screen angle? It blocked these two images by itself. That's because based on the rules that we have given to it, right? It must do quality assurance on any image that it is producing. So this particular image has a typographical error, so it's not going to allow you to even use it for your brand. This particular image has a white person. That's not our audience, so it's blocked. But look at this one, not blocked because it's a black guy. Excuse me. And look at this one. Brand consistency isn't a luxury. It is a secret weapon. I love this image. I absolutely love this image. So I'm going to use this one for this particular content. So I'm going to approve this image. Yeah, so I've approved that one. So while it is still generating more images for the other content. So I love that image. This is very nice. Do you understand? So okay, this is another one. Quality assurance blocked this one. The plus assurance did not block this one, but I'm not going to use it. The day I use it, I'm not going to use this one either. Now let me mention this. So you see these images, right? Brainiac is not the one directly generating these images, right? So there is, you see this, for example, Flux Pro, Recraft, Ideogram, GPT Image 2. These are all image generation AI platforms that we have plugged into Brainiac. right? For Brainiac to be able to use those platforms to generate images. Do you understand? So that is what, this. So Brainiac is not the one generating, because Brainiac itself does not have an internal AI generator. Brainiac itself does not have an internal AI generator. It is plugged to other image creation. We are currently working on video as well. It's plugged to other AIs that can generate images, and it operates those AIs. Do you understand? So I think I love this one as well. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to approve this. And I'm going to thumbs up this one. I'm also going to thumbs up this one. Now, the reason why I'm using the thumbs up is so that it knows that I love what GPT-2 is giving me. So in the future, as I keep on giving it that feedback, right, it's going to give me more GPT-2 images, because it is learning that, okay, I love GPT-2. The images I'm getting from GPT-2 make a lot of sense. So it's going to give me more of that. Eesh, this is terrible. This particular image is terrible. The craft framework. Brand consistency for creatives who refuse to settle. I love this. I kind of love this as well. But this is more informative. This one is more informative. I love this because it's creative, but it doesn't tell anybody anything. So I'm going to use this because this is more informative. This is more informative. So I'm going to use this. Approve and thumbs up. So okay, so you can see how, I think it's fun, right? So I think someone asked the question, why? Miriam, sorry, I don't get the question. You said why? Miriam, could you unmute yourself so I can understand your question?
I think it was when it generates the one that it block and the one that doesn't block. So I want to know
Okay,
why the other one.
okay.
And you
I,
later
I, I
explain.
explained this earlier, right?
Yeah,
Go on,
no,
please.
before you explain, I dropped that message. So later you explain
Oh, okay,
what.
okay, okay, okay. So it's just doing internal quality assurance. Do you
Okay.
understand? Based on the rules that we've given to it, on what we want. Now, don't forget I said that Brainiac is not the one generating the images. It's
Okay.
operating other AI platforms. These are the AI platforms. Flux Pro is an AI platform, right? It's an AI image generation model. Recraft is also an AI image generation model. GPT-2 is owned by ChatGPT. Ideogram. So these are all AI image generation model. Do you understand my point? So
Yes, yes.
Brainiac itself cannot generate images, but we have already plugged in I think it's about 20 models. Well, yeah, about 20 models. We have already plugged in about 20 models. These four that it uses frequently are the top models for image generation. So instead of you to be choosing, if you notice here, when we came to the content studio here, when I clicked on a particular content item, hold on. When I clicked on when I clicked on this, right? Notice here, I can click generate image right here, and I have to choose which AI model I want to use to generate these images, this image. Do you understand? But when I use the agents, I don't need to choose. The agent will do the choosing for me. Do you get it like that? Hope that's clear.
Yes, it's clear. But do I need to plug in
No, you
the
don't need to plug in anything. No,
okay,
you
it's
don't need to
already
plug in
there.
anything. We have already plugged it in.
Okay.
Brainiac just uses it. Do you understand?
Okay.
Normally, for other platforms, you have to manually plug all these things in. For other platforms, you have to manually, but we have already plugged it into Brainiac so that you don't have to be doing all these manual connections. Do you understand? So what
Yeah.
Brainiac does is to choose, right, these image models. For example, Flux is very good with realistic images. If I want an image that has to, is realistic, I will use Flux because that's what it's good at. Do you understand? I will use Flux because Flux is good with that. Do you get my point? But if I normally that's what I would do. But if I tell Brainiac that, oh, generate an image for me of a woman dancing in the rain, Brainiac will not use ideogram because ideogram is for text. It's good with text. So you don't know that. Do you get? You don't have to be thinking about all of those complex things yourself. Just tell it what you want. It will make the internal decision by itself based on what is best for the task that you have asked for. Do you understand? Do you understand,
Oh,
ma'am?
yes, I understand. So before
Uh-huh.
you move forward, I
Yes, ma'am.
want us to solve some problem regarding.
Okay. Please go
So
ahead.
when I wanted to watch the recording, you put it on the Brainiac this
Platform.
platform
Yeah.
Academy.
Yeah.
When I log in at Brainiac.com, I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
go to the Academy street. And sometimes if I go to the agent, I can't like go into the Academy
Oh, you can.
to watch the recording and everything. So it's kind of being confused like that. I don't know.
Okay, you can. So this is what you will do. The academy itself is not even.
I look for it from this interface.
Oh no, it's not there. 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 Okay, I get what you mean. Okay. Mr.
Okay.
Sam, please take note of that. We're going
And
to.
secondly,
Mm-hmm,
the video
mm-hmm.
the videos they're all locked or something like you unlock the video like you use a
No, they're not
padlock.
locked. Okay, let me show you. Can I show
Yes,
you?
I have to go to YouTube to watch it because I couldn't
Can I
watch
show
it
you?
from the academy.
Can I show you?
Yes,
Okay, so do this.
yes.
www.brainiac.com/academy. It will bring you here straight up. Do you understand? That's number one, step one. Now, once you get here, click on this course right here. Okay, still maybe okay, awesome. You see that? So click on this. So you see, is it these videos that are locked?
Mm.
Is this what you mean by is locked?
Yes, from my hand, it's like there is padlock. I couldn't watch it. I have to go to YouTube to watch it. Yes.
Okay, so this is what you need to do. Number one, make sure that you are logged in. If you're not logged in, it will be locked. Make sure you are logged in. That's number one. Number
Okay.
two, click on the first one.
Yeah, I will go and check it.
Yeah, click on the first one. Once you've finished watching the video, there's a button here that says done. If you don't click on done, the remaining will still be locked. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. So because we did it so that you don't just jump from, for example, you watch class one and then you move to class four. It has to be done sequentially. So finish class one, click on done, and then move to class two. Once you finish class two, click on done, then
Oh,
move to class three. You understand?
I think that is the problem. It's not because I did not log in because I've already signed in my account there. So probably it's because of this done or not done
Okay.
something.
Mhm.
I need
That's
to go
probably
and
right.
check that. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah.
yeah. You're welcome. Okay, so but based on at least the demo, the practicals, okay, I think my network has already disconnected what I was doing here. Based on the demos, the practicals, are we learning better how to use Brainiac as a platform? Is it making more sense? If it's not making sense, let me know the part that is not making
Yes,
sense.
it's really making sense. Like it's a cheat code. I just like, for example,
Eh,
the assignment he gave to us. Since I already input everything about the company and everything. I just give it the question. It just answer my question right immediately. I just do copy and download the
and
files and
paste.
everything and do the editing straight away. So
One
it's
of the
very
things that
easy.
mhm, one of the things that we've done or you're still trying to improve on Brainiac, is document creation. So take, for example, you know the way, you can tell Brainiac to do a research. You can also now tell Brainiac to convert that research into a PowerPoint slide, and it will design the slide for you. So
That's
let's say you
good.
do a
I
research.
would love
Yeah.
that.
No, it's already done. The slide
Okay.
might be basic in terms of design, but it will give you a slide or a PDF. You can tell it, give me this as a PDF.
Yeah, it's already started the PDF and the Microsoft Word. So I just download it. Since I want to edit it, I just download it as a
Mhm.
Microsoft Word, and I
Awesome.
went ahead to edit my work.
Awesome.
Then after
Mhm.
that, I now download it as a PDF and send it, put it in the drive. That's what I did.
Awesome. Okay, so let me attend to someone else. I think someone dropped a question. Okay, Mr. Quality. Okay, so but based on what we've touched tonight, I think the only thing I've not touched this now, I've touched the calendar, I've touched this entire framework. Analytics. Uh, Let me see what we have on our curriculum. Let me see what curriculum. Yes. Okay, okay, it's inside my desktop. Okay, so under the analytics, like I said, I honestly don't comment. So under the analytics, you'll find content analytics, platform analytics as well, audience insights, hashtags insights as well, signals, strategy. So this strategy alignment is your active strategy. Uh, so your strategy alignment is simply how much of your current content aligns with your current strategy. So it has already given us a 20% score. So that's bad. So I need to go back to, so this is to keep you in check that, okay, if you are posting what does not align with your strategy, meaning you are going off course, you can always use this. This will tell you how many percent, do you understand? Your feed, your competitor analysis, ideas, how many ideas have you saved, and then, your calendar, how many planned couples do you have, and then AI insights. So you can just use that to just look at what your analytics. The most important thing, right, is just your content performance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your content performance, right? And you can put this down to see other information like this total followers, reach, total engagement, likes. Now, if you're having a lot of dash like us, like this, it means that you're not yet having enough traffic to pull significant information. Is that simple? The traffic is not yet much to pull significant information, meaning go and produce more content. Simple. Do you understand my point? Also, you can okay, so you can use the same. Let me look at what we have next so that I can know what my next assignment is going to be. Just a minute. Academy. Okay. No, this is okay. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so we're supposed to be looking at content architecture, right? So that's our next topic. Content architecture. That's this. We have already looked at brand voice and brand brain, so we're not going to be going over this again. We are moving straight to content architecture. Okay, maybe we'll combine the two, but I've spoken a lot about brand voice and brand brain over the past few weeks, so I won't really move too deep. So we'll just go to content architecture next. That's where we're going to talk about copywriting and content types, right? Content types, copywriting, content and platform mapping and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is our next topic, content architecture. Yeah. So I think that's where the content production parts we really get into content creation and content production. So I think that's the next thing that we're going to be looking at. Okay, have we learned something tonight? Have we learned something tonight? I wanted tonight's class to be very practical, where we do a proper demo and look at how to use Brainiac to do the things that we've been discussing practically, for the past few weeks, and I think we've been able to do that. So, do we have any questions? Let me ask that one final time before we end tonight's class. Let me stop the recording here. Igwe Ruth, please, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, man.